Once you talk about me crazy, and I'm doing my own thing, you can't buy me. I'm not for sale, man.
Cam Newton joining ESPN alongside Stephen A. Smith. Shannon Sharp, you saw him this past Friday. They're doing their HBCU college tour, and that's when they broke the news. Cam Newton, a guy who has, I think, one or two popular podcasts, known for his character, his personality, his charisma, all that. Now, I was watching the Cam and Mase podcast, and for those who do not know, I am a huge fan of their podcast because they're just funny, and I like the guys because they tell it like it is. Here's what they had to say about Cam Newton joining Stephen A. Smith in the First Take ESPN whole team. Guys, let's get into this. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let's go.
I would never go work for who was talking about me. Stephen A. Smith was shitting on Cam Newton for years. Talking about you want to get a job in the NFL, you don't show up on time.
Now, guys, this podcast is very raw, and right off the rip, you guys see here, man, this guy doesn't mince his words. He doesn't sugarcoat. Now, guys, there are going to be a few people who agree and disagree with Cam here, as why would you go join someone who spoke about you in such terms of this?
Ladies and gentlemen, that was one of the most horrific quarterback performances we have ever seen.
Once you talk about me crazy, and I'm doing my own thing, you can't buy me. I'm not for sale, man.
I appreciate the way that his approach is. Of course, guys, some people, once they get out of professional sports and they transition into being like on the commentary side, the analyst side, they tend to let bygones be bygones. But I've always kind of scratched my head at that type of situation because it's kind of like hard to be around people, even though it's their career to criticize you and critique you, even though they don't know what it takes to train like an athlete, eat like an athlete, to get out there and perform. And they had so many negative things to say about you your whole entire career. Stephen A. Smith was not cool with Cam Newton until Cam Newton pretty much had the podcast with him, and they ended up squashing the beef. But Stephen A. Smith has gotten out of line several times when it comes to Cam Newton and criticized his game, his personality, the way he dresses. And now all of a sudden Cam Newton has since then signed an ESPN contract through the help and support of Stephen A. Smith. And I agree with Cameron on this situation, man. Like, if you are already self-made, he seems to be very, he seems to have very respectful podcasts. They seem to be doing well. But who knows what he really has spent all of his career earnings on. He just said he has about 8 kids. He wants to keep producing kids. And after a while, that stuff starts to eat a hole in your pocket when you are no longer making those guaranteed millions and millions of dollars and having those big time contracts. But let's keep going.
I got the receipts. I'm on my Shador shit. Shout out to Shador. I said to Shador the other day, yo, listen, I'm not with all that.
And for those who don't know, man, Shador Sanders did kind of check Cam Newton. Cam Newton said some funky stuff about Shador Sanders, and when Shador Sanders saw him, he was all business. Check this out. And as you guys see, Shador Sanders wasn't having it. Told him that he was weird and you be on that weird shit. That's just like, bro, like, don't try to come up to me because the cameras are on. Stand on what you said, and I'm going to stand on what I'm saying to you.
You don't even gotta be too crazy. You know what I mean? It could be a little something. I don't need you. I don't. But listen, I understand the play on Cam's part as well, because the more eyeballs you get on you, the more it brings to your brand. Now, and we all know that ESPN is the worldwide leader in sports. First Take is the #1 sports show in America. We all understand that. I wouldn't give a talk about me. I'm after you. It's you against me. And that's just that. And I'm not saying Stephen A. was malicious, but you said some things.
Hey, guys, I mean, you guys can feel different about that. I want to hear what anybody has to say about this. Do you guys agree with Cameron here that, like, hey, man, like, once you are a successful businessman, you got your own platform like a Cam Newton, and you feel like you work your way up, regardless of, you know, the brand deals that'll come with you, you know, obviously getting more eyes and more viewership by you being on ESPN. I understand that as well, but I still feel like as a man, or the type of man that you are, I happen to be the type of man that Cameron is. Like, some things I just will not sell my soul for, regardless of what the check looks like. If I feel like you are a person that has targeted me, maliciously said things about me in my career, my family was affected by it, and we all know how the media does. We saw how it affected Russell Westbrook and his kids going to school, hearing that his dad name was Russell Westbrook. They start calling his son the same thing, Westbrook, and it's just very unfortunate. And when you cross those type of lines like that as a man, you disrespected me, and I would not only not want to do business with you, I might just not need to be near you. So I would love to hear your thoughts on the whole Cam Newton contract. And do you guys think that Cam Newton made the right business move? What was best for him in his career versus what Cameron is suggesting he would have done? Let me know in the comment section, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel for more future content. I truly appreciate the love and support. I will see you in the next one. Peace.
Yeah.